Hello, everybody. Coming to you live from the yard again, where we plan to bring everybody up to date on the newest things we've done here. Um, we've got some transplants that have happened. We've got some new plants we've added. We have lots of vegetables and things that we saved the next round of cucumbers to cut off with y'all. But I want to wait a little bit before I start touring around because last time we kind of got right into it and a lot of people missed out, even though people can rewatch. But we'll see if we can't get a few folks in here, and then we will definitely um, get started. So we're gonna sit here and relax for a minute, give everybody a minute to get in here, and let you guys watch the fish fountain. That's wild and crazy. It's pretty. Sometimes when we unplug it at night, it takes a minute to get it stoked the next day to get the water rolling out of it again. It'll start out real a little bit and then it'll eventually just. So, yeah. All right. Just verifying that Bigfoot, who's now got a extended nickname to Bratfoot, has once again created his brats. Yeah. But yeah, how's everybody doing out there today? It's been real nice here. A bit windy here and there. Hello, Jessica. Thanks for joining me. Been a while since I've been in here. Life gets crazy sometimes, and we have a lot of stuff we have to shuffle. And I like to always be in a decent mood and have a nice experience with everybody. And when you're bummed, and not much you can do about it, eh? So here we are. Right now, we're sitting in the patio area under the awning that we've got blocked in with curtains. This way, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. We've got Mr. Parrot, nice beverage right there. Yeah. But yeah, we're just sitting here chilling on the patio. We got some red Solo Cup lights up here. Those are real nice little ambient lights. And I might as well share with you the newest fountain to the yard, which is now the tub fountain. We've got the pool fountain. We've got the tub fountain. This is a little smaller unit, but I needed something that can accept the water. So you got to get something at least round enough or square enough for your fountain water to be able to come back in and not, of course, make a mess everywhere. So this worked really well. I've been looking for them online and like Target, Walmart, all them. And nobody had like where you could just get one, or like they were way expensive. And so finally one day I went online and Marketplace, somebody was selling for $8 a piece, and I got two of them. And so that was exactly what I was looking for. And because it's a light color at night, when it does the light show, you can see right through it. So that works out really well. We stuck a little flamingo in there. It doesn't get to move much in there. It's a small space, but we added some bigger. A male and female duck, an actual duck size. They're supposed to be decoy ducks into the pool pond over there. So they're kind of like taking over the water space. So the flamingo was the smallest in the pond, had to move to a smaller space. So that's why that's over here. The funny story is I went on Amazon to get the ducks, and I didn't want them to be too tiny, but I didn't want them to be huge like that, right? And then I got this little monkey right here, which I thought was going to be much bigger, and because I was going to hang him out there by the balloons, but he ended up being really tiny, and the ducks ended up being really big. So there's that. This is the cucumber plant that I haven't put in back, and I just had to do a little research on it because these leaves were perfect, and then just recently I noticed they're starting to get chewed up. Now I've been spraying this stuff on them, which is Dawn, water, and apple cider vinegar mixed together and diluted. And what I didn't know is that these bugs that get on these leaves, they actually chew them from underneath, and so you don't see that. So they weren't getting sprayed underneath. So I ordered some neem's oil, and that's supposed to help with those kind of bugs that do this damage, and also with any kind of disease that they could get. Now this one here has been really bizarre, but get way down here. It's first cucumber right here, pretty good sized one growing down there. This plant has had two others. There's one right here that basically didn't make it. And so that had me really concerned. So we've had three on this plant and only one so far that's actually coming around and looking healthy. So, oh, he's grilling brats. Becca, you know the story. It's the brats. Yeah. So yeah, so it's nice and warm out here today. We had like about 3 or 4 days of cooler weather, and I don't know. And then yeah, back to the hot stuff again. So there's that. What's big? Yeah, yeah, you're funny. Yeah, our summer break is about over, and we've gotten into the whole routine of all the hustle and bustle, and now it'll be go back to uh, just me, Bigfoot, the dogs, and the fish. Oh yeah, and Mr. Snail, because I added a snail, y'all. So I was gonna actually take you guys. I'll take you guys in too. Although the dogs always bark every time I go in. Maybe I'll do that on another live where I'll go on and show Vegas the fish and the snail. We haven't quite figured out a name for. We've come up with a few. We still have to make a final decision, but they seem to be really good tank partners. Yeah, I know. I only put the notification in a couple hours ago, but I did try to send a personal invite to like multiple people that family and friends. Just that way, sometimes when you don't see a notification or don't get one, that way you get the actual, straight link to it. But yeah, here shortly we're gonna take a walk around to the front, and I'll show you what I did with some transplanting, some different stuff that was just not growing in the pots that they were in, and things that I started them in. So we've done some moving. We grabbed a couple last minute plants on clearance at the garden center that ended up working perfectly for the pots that I had got for them. And then we added a fountain, and we've got a lot of veggies growing in back. So everything's starting to really take off. So yeah, so we'll take a stroll around here, see if we can get a few more folks in here. Maybe not in chat, but at least watching. That's always helpful. Yeah. I try to get away from the dinner time to see if that'll help us. And sometimes I think, we all eat at different times. So you just never know who all is busy around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or 9 or 10 o'clock on the other side of the US. But yeah. But so yeah, we saved I think I'm trying to remember how many watermelons we picked. I think a total of 8 so far. I mean cucumbers, so about 8 of them, and we've got no, not yet. And then 4 more that look like they're ready to go back there that we were gonna wait for this to take them down. So we will take them down and yep. Some of them are growing like the normal shape, and then we've got a few that have grown really awkwardly, which I really don't care. They're good to eat, whether they're a weird shape or not. But we've had a couple that have got real like almost rounded too much, almost looks like the watermelons. It's pretty wild. So yeah, so we'll see if any of the love bugs pop in here. I reckon I should go over just for a second, and I probably didn't get enough of All right, there we go. We got two. Welcome. Anybody just coming in? Welcome to Wild Angels Garden Adventures. Um, Today we're doing an update. I've been trying to do weekly. I think last week we had a lot of stuff going on and we didn't get around to it. We had been kind of stalling a little bit, waiting for our lettuce and carrots to start popping up, but so far they haven't done anything. So I don't know if those are going to take off for us or not. But we've got plenty of other stuff that's really going off. So we're going to go ahead and head around and do this tour. So let's get started on that, y'all. Here we go. Okay. It's pretty bright, but I've showed you all this front part here before. Now, what changed up here is just me taking forget-me-nots, which is these flowers here, and I planted them. They were originally from my original greenhouses, but they didn't take off very well. And I had planted seeds together, so these like grew three together kind of in a row. So I had to plant them that way. But I put these in a regular bucket. They were in a long planter, rectangular, and I had them all in a row. And they wouldn't take off until I got them out of that and plant them. Hi, Mary Jane Doe, right down into the bucket. So we got the forget-me-nots, which are, by the way, a very special flower. I got these seeds from a very special friend of mine, and her daughter had passed away. And so it was really sad. And one of the special things they gave out in remembrance of her were forget-me-not seeds. And so I went ahead and planted all of them. The other three sets of plants that were, and let me tell you, when I took them out of this rectangular pot, I never could figure out why they weren't blooming. It's because they were in too short a dirt soil. So this is the other three. And so as you can see, there's three like of the vines right there. See how they grew together? Because I put too many seeds in my little greenhouse planters. And then there's the three back here. So these are all growing up around here. And then this is the bush, which is really, really doing well, that we planted. I think it's been in here almost a month now. And so we can look back at Alive and kind of see how much growth this has had, but it's doing really well. And then these ones here that I had quite a few of them planted in here didn't do very well. And I'm still trying to bring some of them back. So they kind of killed out on me. Here's our other little fountain. I don't have it on a real big spray. I have it on this different kind right now because when as windy as it gets out here all the time, it seems like it blows all the water out on the other sprays. And then I'm constantly putting water in it. So I've got it at a just kind of a trickle, but at night this looks pretty cool because all the water and stuff like shows up on the house. Hey, Bigfoot, the birds pooped on the front of the house. You might want to come clean it off. You hear me? I said, get a wet paper towel. There's bird poop on the house, but I can't reach it. Okay, sorry guys. I just happened to see that. I was like right in front of me. Okay, so here at the front, as y'all remember, we have the antique wash bucket fountain. So this is the wash bucket fountain. And the new pieces up here in the front are these two peacock planters, which I've had for a long time, just to let you know, but didn't have anything to put in them. Okay. And so we got a bigger one and a smaller one. And what I did was we ended up planting some begonias in here. They were clearance at the Walmart Garden Center, and we had noticed that they were clearancing them out. I think I spent like $5 and got like 8 plants. Because 2 of them were 4-packs for $2. It's like behind that fountain and up above right there. And so this little one here, it's a very small planter, but they ended up being perfect because I didn't know what color I wanted to go with, and I wanted something that had a little bit of gold and orange and red colors a little bit. But also, if you think about a peacock, it's big and it's full, right? So you want a plant that's going to be taller and more filled out than something small and spongy down on the bottom like that. So here we've got, so like I said, here's the peacocks by this fountain out here. Okay. And now we'll walk this way. Alrighty. Mary Jane Doe, you just came in, and I'm going to show you my next. Now, there's a total of 5 fountains. Here, this is the wash tub fountain, I call it. It's the small one. I have gotten two of these bigger fountain pieces, and they have to have something big enough for that water to go into, but not spill out everywhere. So that's the wash tub. And then I'll take you guys over and show you the new ducks. We've got two ducks. So we got the male and female duck. They're pretty big. They're full size, which is pretty wild. And then I used to have these two flowers up in the front here, but these two plants I transplanted, they used to be tiny like this. And if you remember right, I had them in a bucket. I had the orange one here and the yellow one over there, and they just weren't doing good. So what I did was the one that was still surviving underneath them, we had a bad rainstorm and it really took these out. They still look bad, but see, they grow new growths underneath, just like everything else. So I put them to the front, and now they're getting a lot more sun and getting a little drier. So they're coming around and doing new blooms. This one's doing a new bloom too. See how healthy that one is. So those are coming back around. I'm really excited about that. That organic stuff I got you guys is a miracle. This was only like that big, just the size of this, and it's just beautiful coming up. So we got the bigger flowers in the back, and then here's another forget-me-not. That was by itself. It was one that didn't have three together, and this is just taken off beautifully. It was way down this small, just a little itty bitty thing. And yeah, that's the organic stuff I got. I'm like sold on it. It was a great. The master gardener, it was a recommendation from him. So I was like, well, I better take him up on his advice because he knows what's up. All right, so we're gonna come to the garden this way. We'll start on the watermelon side. Here we've got fresh carrot plants growing. We're thinking that the bees probably pollinated off of our carrot plant up on the porch. But we got two bunches here of those. Now the watermelon, you guys, has come a long way since we've all last been here together. We've already put the full cage on. We're already most sides of it. You can put on my screen. There we go. There we go. All right, so we've got one right here. Pretty good size one. So we got that one. And come over here. We got this guy here growing. Got another one. One over here. We have one right there, which has got kind of a weird, I think it's the sun that's getting to this one. But yeah, they're pretty green still. And then we've got that guy over there, which I think I showed you guys already. So these are really doing good. We're growing them vertically. It's not like you can't do it. It's not the easiest thing to do because what we're going to have problems is the weight of these. But this is really heavy duty for the most part. And we're going to try to vertically grow them over this. And then we'll get little hammocks. And the hammocks will hold and support the rest of these pumpkins, my God, watermelon while they're still growing into the size we want them to be. Okay. All right. So here we go. Now, this first tomato plant here, let me find my little tomatoes that are starting, is called a yellow pear tomato plant. And where are my little tomatoes growing in here? I got to find them. There's a couple up here. We've got a few up here, some smaller ones. The main plant right there. I've got some little. It's really hard to move my screen around in weird shapes. Let me get behind it and maybe try that. Okay, here's a little one right there. And then we got some back here. So, and they're called yellow pear, and they actually turn out to be the shape of a pear, guys. And then over here, which are doing really good, is our Roma tomatoes. And so these are all Romas. The Roma tomatoes that we all know and love that are great on salads. So we've got some good growth over here with these. And I get my handy dandy helper, but in here we planted that last live we did the two lettuces and the carrots, and we haven't had any growth. It's been 2 weeks, They said carrots can take up to 3. The seeds are so small, y'all. I don't know if it's going to help, but we're trying to lock some heat in and do kind of. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, guys. AJ, I think I see some growth. Sorry, I cussed. I see something coming out. I see one little tiny, look, one little bit of green. That looks like a lettuce plant. So that's a good sign, I guess. It could be taking a while. See, this something about covering up stuff and locking that heat in. It's almost like it basically heats the soil and helps the germination process. So I think we're doing good by having this on here. Okay, and then we're going to come over here to the cucumbers. She ready to bring that bucket so we can cut these cucumbers off? I got the scissors. There's our big compost thing. It's crazy. Okay. And then over here, as you know, is all the sweet potato plants. And as I obviously have way too many of those, but because there's 4 of them growing. So all of these are, this one was the Bigfoot sweet potato. And I recently cut, because it was like an octopus. There was so much coming out of it. So I trimmed it off. And then what happened was the next couple days later, I came out and the sun had, gotten to it and made it funky. But I can't pull it out because underneath this is the roots that are growing sweet potatoes under it. So basically, we just added some dirt and buried that in. Okay. And then here, oh, they're starting to get flowers on the potato plants. So these are our big potato plants, you guys. I think we really need to. I wish there was some way for me to move these, but I can't. But they are so big, these stalks. Okay, there's a total of 6 stalks in here.
How many potatoes did you plant?
Only 3. So these are 3 miniature baby organic potatoes, you guys. And each of those 3 potatoes had like 2 little eyes on them. And they literally sprung in no time at all. Like, potatoes have to be one of the fastest growing plants I've ever seen in my life. But look at the size of that stalk. Wow. And they've gotten attacked by some bugs. I've got some neem oil coming that's supposed to be ideal for that. So hopefully that helps my issue. But here we go. So we've got cucumbers. Here's the cucumber plants. Wild and crazy. But remember last time now, our left side wasn't going too much. And it looks to me like the bees have been doing a great job. Some of them are curling though, and I don't know why. And I'm going to say it's probably something to do with the sun. I don't know. But okay, so this is the first one on the left side, which is supposed to be the slicing cucumbers. Now, none of them have gotten as big as what we had thought they would on this side. We haven't let them go like crazy, but they're getting really fat and not so long. But you know what? Hey, this is our first round, and so we've got, let's do that one. So we're trying to give them a little more time to see if they grow downwards, but some of these are supposed to be, this side is supposed to be the pickling ones. Oh, wow, there's a lot of, and then the other side, we're supposed to be the slicers, and so I don't know, but the bees have pollinated a lot over here, so we're finally getting some cucumbers on this side, which is nice. And of course, these are self-watering containers that I planted the cucumbers in. So down here, you've got a little plug. And the one thing I should have been doing the whole time is opening that up, and you fill that bottom area, and it waters those roots all the time, especially since you can get drier up here. I got mulch in there, so it takes a lot of water to get through all that. But this is perfect. And I filled this the other night, and a couple days later, it was completely dry. So these things are thirsty, and they can't get enough water. So I'm just trying to keep that water down underneath as best as I can. Okay, so what else do we have here? Oops, kicking my lights.
Oh, this one's pretty big.
I just keep wondering if the way that they're curling like down here is if we let them go longer, are they going to get fat and then they grow fat this way? So that's what I don't know. Because so far they're looking short and kind of chunky. But they're perfect for pickling. Should we leave that one or no? It's kind of heavy, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we'll just take that one more then and we should be good. I think we'll leave. Yeah, let's leave this guy a little bit longer too. We've got some that are like the perfect shape, y'all. And then some, I'm going to say that it's just one of those things where they're never all going to look the same. I don't know what else. But I don't like the way the leaves look. Something's been really getting at them. And so, but hopefully that will comes and we can repair any damage that's going on here. because that's the important thing is we want to be able to keep producing these cucumbers because they make great salads and all sorts of good stuff. Now see, this one's finally going over. It's come all the way over and down over the top here. So yeah, so we've had a lot of luck here so far. Sometimes like I said, we had a heavy rain a couple days in a row last week and we didn't water those days, but the biggest thing with this is keeping the water underneath. I feel like because that really helps the roots, because that's what's feeding everything. So as much as you can get up down in here isn't going to be as helpful as what you can do the other way. So, and what is going on with this? Oh, that one's going up here. They're crisscrossed each other somehow. Not quite sure what they've done. I think they've attached themselves. No, something's tangled. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, so
we need another line for that.
Yeah, here, hold up. Oh yeah, it's just I need to take this whole thing off and start over because this is no good. Okay, well that's dead. So let's cut this off. Let's try to wrap this bad boy up and get it some strength here so we can pull it up higher. Oh my goodness. These things never want to come undone either when you pull on them. Come on, bugs, leave me alone. The bugs are trying to get us, you guys.
Must be flies.
Okay, let me see where we are. I got a hold of it right there. Is that going to cause any issues with where it's at? That's one of the things that's challenging about all this is always having to try to string up all this stuff because I want to say, okay, I got this one strung up here. There we go. On crisscross applesauce here.
All right.
What is this thing doing? Oh, this one literally.
It's floating over.
I know it is, right? Holy moly. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of what we want them to do now.
We do, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how, though, that we're going to... Is this one went over the top? And that one's gone over the top, too, now, so...
We're getting really big. That's a good sign.
This one wants to hook onto everything else. Just stay there for a minute, Leah. The one thing about cucumber plants is they like to hook to each other. And if they can get a hold of each other, they get a hold of each other, and then you've got... Oh, there's the cucumber. Okay, there's some over here, too. Let's see if I can... Oh, no. Trying to just kind of lay it... Oh, right. There we go. This one's kind of... I kind of feel like this one needs to be attached somewhere else. Maybe up higher. Up to here. It's right here. I can never get these ones off either. These are really hard to undo.
Right.
And change them. Okay, hold on. See if I can move this one up a little bit. And then if you can see what you're doing while you're trying to... It doesn't want to go in here for me. The heck. All right, you guys, I'm trying. There we go. We got a pinner. But this right here, this cucumber's really curled up. And I'm wondering if it ain't the sun that's like, because they have the sun leaves, but they're not all getting blocked. They're not all like, getting the best of the sunblock they need. And this thing is just going to keep on doing what it wants to do. We'll just let it fall down that way. There we go.
I'm really glad that we're seeing like some over here.
Yeah, finally, because the bees have really helped you guys. They do a great job at pollinating everything. And yeah. And so, but next year, I know better now what I did wrong this year with putting too many things together. So next year, the plan will be as follows. there'll only be 4 cucumber plants on each side of each of this. So there'll be 8, one in each corner. It'll be a lot easier to control. Right now we have 2, 3, 4. There's 8 of them on this one, on this side, and we got, how many we got over here on this side?
Let's see. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So there's
5.
There's 7.
5, 7, maybe? 6.
Yeah, there's 7 plants on this side and 8 on that side. So that's a bit much for the space that we have them in. I would not do this way again. I've learned, but believe it or not, I did actually take some out of here too. So some of this got removed early on. Some of the ones that were obviously not going to do anything because they just had no hope for themselves. Now that that one's a small one and it's still doing really good. Oh,
Really?
yeah, it vined up, so I'm just gonna let it. That one right there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll let that grow right there. So there we go, guys. We've got 4 more again, and now I got to get rid of all the little flower petals and all the stuff off of here. But yeah, here I'll see if I can get down here and show you. But these little plugs right here, right here, right here, they're on each end of this, on the ends and on the backs, and there's a whole tray underneath there where the roots set, and then you just water underneath there, and that self-watering, basically, the purpose behind that is, it keeps everything watered, and if you don't get to it, at least you have some water down there to water stuff with. The tomato plants, the planters, they have some self-watering down here. Yeah, only getting little yellow pears. So, and these are another example of too many plants, because these all got, except for the Roma ones, these ones came from my original little greenhouse ordeal, where I'd put too many different things down in there. And so some of the stuff we were able to save. But this is way too many tomato plants. Y'all, so I've done thinned them out. I just didn't want to get rid of any more until I figure out which ones are going to produce, because some of that stuff, those roots have grown together and it would kill the good plants. So sometimes you just got to make, yeah, the Romas are really doing good. So I'm really excited. We've done pretty good for this being our first time.
For sure, and I'm so glad that the watermelon.
I know, Mary Jane. I keep trying to. Oh, look! I think I see a lettuce. Look.
That's not a lettuce. That's a carrot. We planted the carrot.
The carrot was here.
Yeah, because this carrot's lettuce.
Okay, so that's the carrot then. And I thought the carrots were supposed to take longer, but that's the first thing I've seen.
The plastic is working.
Oh, and here's another one. Really? Right here. You can barely see them. They're so fine. So we've got a couple, guys. And usually what happens is, oh, another one too. So what happens is germination can take a while, but it looks like we're going to succeed eventually here. I think we need to water. I think we need to water. We're going to have to, we're going to have to lift up and do some watering. Because that's the important thing, is trying to keep this wet in here so that you get the heat and the water, because you got to have both. So we're going to take the marigolds down for a moment, and we're going to get a little bit of spray in here. I'm going to set my phone down for 1 second. So that's kind of exciting, guys, because we didn't even think we were going to be able to share that with you guys, that we didn't see anything, but the growth is so small, because when I did them in the greenhouses, right, the lettuce in them have such a small plant because it's such a small seed. I don't see others yet, but I'm glad to see something starting down here finally. That's great. I'll be very careful when I water. I think there's a small space right here where we can try to be gentle. Maybe.
Oh.
I don't know how we're going to do it.
I'll hold it.
Okay, you hold that up. It's a shower. Oh, shit.
Don't hit me. Oh yeah, looking good.
All right. So we've no, I got all of it. Yeah, earlier. So we're gonna give them a little spurt there, guys, and then we'll just keep, like I said, we'll keep watching this. And this was the only thing I could come up with that we could use to give some warmth in there, get that, trap that sun and that moisture and heat in there, because that's what's gonna help these things bloom. And so yeah, I'm trying not to mess up my marigolds down here, because the other day I didn't. I swear to y'all, I didn't water for one night. And I came back here and everything just looked bamboozled. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so bummed. Because like all it takes is like just a little bit too dry and everything looks really rough. Like the watermelon plants look great, but there was a couple down in there that, you know, these are in grow bags too. So what I do with these is I water down around the bottoms too, not just over the top, because that's where you want to get your, you know. I'm gonna set you guys above the tomato plant for a minute. So I can tuck any plastic back in. I'm supposed to be making pasta salad tonight. Or pasta salad. Pasta pasta. And Bigfoot was so hungry he started to make brats. I was like, oh, they're second to last day with the kids, and so I want to make sure that they're getting some of their favorites, not Dad's favorite, which is brats. It's just easy for him to make. That's the only reason. I don't know that it's necessarily, you know, a guy at a grill making some brats up for himself and his kiddos. That works out, you know. Um, if that's what he likes to do, I'm okay with it. Um, yeah, we got to staple this. We did that land, what gardening, like black felt stuff that's like supposed to protect, you know, the dirt in your raised bed. So, all right, well, here we go. So we got a little something there. That was a fun surprise. Wasn't expecting that at all. All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, both of the tomato um, planters have self-watering, and you can tell as big as these roots are that their roots are all the way to the bottom. So it's important for me to keep all these watered. That's the big thing. I do need a jug of water. I'm going to add some water to the bottom of the tomato plants. There should be one over there. Oh, I'm telling you guys, I'm sweating, and it's cooler now than it usually is during the day anyway. So I don't know what's wrong with me, but it's pretty warm. But yeah. So I'll do everything a little bit different next year. It won't be so many of everything's, but what was I going to put this in? Oh, I was going to put them in the bottom of the tomato plants. Okay, so might be a little hard. I should have done it when I had the hose.
Right.
Because it has the jet, which is perfect for doing this kind of stuff. That looks pretty good.
I'm proud on how these are looking.
There we go. So make sure all these bad boys have lots of water down underneath. And then that kind of saves you too, because if you miss a minute or you don't get out here, because we're supposed to be doing it late at night or early in the morning, and I only once in a while get the the time of day right. The date. I'm so silly. Alrighty. Yes. Now that one you can't hardly see it under there now. These were both showing full earlier, but might be the water went off to the front. Oh no, it sucked quite a bit of it out. This side, yeah, I can still see it in this side, but that side's not as full. So I'll have to hose some more water in there later. But that was interesting because it's hard to get a. Thank goodness the sprayer has a jet on it, and it's a very skinny stream, and it perfectly goes in there. So that's great. All right. So there we go, guys. That's all of our changes and new exciting gardening stuff going on. But yeah, I would say the Roma tomatoes definitely taken off really well. I'm getting them on all of them. Oh, there's a nice little bunch down in here too.
And they're looking nice and big.
Yeah.
You think you're
And
gonna plant
so,
any before we leave?
um,
Because I mean, you were saying that that they're supposed to be like
well,
something
they
about
say
how
to
they're supposed
they
to be
say to pull them when they're green
Yeah.
and not wait till they turn red, or at least when they're starting to turn, like to get them. Yeah, these ones look like they're gonna take a little bit longer. There's a couple here and a couple. Where are they? Well, there's one growing back there. So these ones are taking a little longer, but they're getting there. We're finally getting somewhere. That's the exciting thing about it. Now, I did save some cantaloupe seeds the other day, and I thought about it. I was like, oh my god, I can't plant nothing else. I can't even keep up with all this. This is a lot to keep up with, and I have no idea when we're going to know that there's sweet potatoes underneath these bags, or potatoes under there. They have the little windows on these grow bags, but it has something to do with the way a plant looks. That makes a difference. Now, see, some of these leaves are really looking good. Now, they were getting eaten up pretty bad, and I started putting special spray on them, so I'm hoping that I can, you know what I mean, try to save everything. But this here is some insect, and then the yellow is can be the underwatering. There was a couple days where I didn't get enough water in there, so it's a lot to keep up with. But we're trying to figure this grow the food thing out so that when we start to lean more towards moving out west and getting self-sufficient to where we're growing food and living off the land more and not doing all this pay everybody for everything. That's why I'm trying to teach myself all these skills because I'm going to need them for the future. And so we have our we have our fat cucumbers here that are really turning out fat, which are perfect for pickle slices, by the way. So I just need to get a recipe figured out and get some jars and start getting these put together as pickles. So, all right. Oh yeah, yeah. Where's that piece of wood at, honey? We've got something that we can complete pretty quickly. Um, I've got. I'm gonna set the phone down for a minute. I've got a. We've got a color picked out for the scene, and then gonna paint silver garden on it, and then we will put it up on the backside of the shed right above the raised garden bed and name the garden. We could call it palette garden, but we think silver garden sounds better. So, but yeah. So yes, I'm frantically trying to wipe myself off because I feel like I literally just got out of a sauna just from being in the sun in the back. It's so weird. You can go in and look at my supplies. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I gotta go get a broom, and I can put my plastic and stuff down on this. Hold on, don't put it on there. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna go grab some wood pieces and stuff. And I'll be right back, y'all. Hold down the fort for me a minute. BRB. All right, I got everything. All right, here we go. Not the side with the sticker. What side did you clean off?
Both sides. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so you're grabbing stuff. I don't know. I guess that should work better than my little ones. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Sorry, everybody. My shutter wants to move. Okay, I will leave these boards for a smaller project. I guess it doesn't pay if I have to tell me anything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna figure out how we're gonna do
Oh
this.
yeah.
I did not bring the popper out. Shit.
Where's that?
Honey, do you got something to pop this open with? I forgot.
Crowbar.
Yeah, I forgot to open up my. So what we're gonna do, you guys, is we got this piece of wood here, okay, and we're gonna stain it green, and then we are going to paint on the stain part Silver Garden on here, and then we will clear coat it, preserve the wood, and then yeah. So it looks so good, though. Thank you. I'm trying so hard. I mean, like I said, I've got goody goody. Okay.
I could get open somewhere.
I'll probably just do around the sides and probably won't do the back of it all the way because
Ooh, that's
you know
a
what I mean.
pretty green.
Yeah, I forgot the name of this one. I don't know if it's on the lid or not. No, too late to find out because it's
all
been a while.
covered.
You want? Can you go grab a wet wipe or two, honey? Maybe just one. Well, I've had this for a while. Should be good though.
It looks darker than the walls inside.
Yeah, right. Oh, it is because this is a stain, not paint.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It looks like paint. I'm like, what?
Okay. Thank God I hid one pair of my last pair of freaking gloves so I could. Cause I don't know if anybody's ever stained before, but oh, this is ripped. That's not good. Well,
Ooh.
I'll have to make the best of it, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah, completely tore up. Huh? Yeah, I have a bad glove, but oh well. See what we can do. I'm trying to figure out if we should. How we should.
Yeah, I could just hold it.
That's true too. I guess yeah. Just keep it on that. All right, guys. It's gotta be fun.
Ooh.
Usually I don't do that much.
It looks super dark on camera.
I want to go get these edges. I think it's shit. It's gonna take a lot to do that bottoms here.
Oh yeah, it's gonna look super good back there. Especially with this dark green, it's gonna pop with everything. It smells nasty though.
I know, right?
I know you don't like it in the house.
Glorious.
That's the backside. Ah!
That's the backside.
Yeah.
So, no, sorry. Need to do this end. Usually I do way more off than that, but I was trying to get in all these layers. So. I probably won't stain the back, but
Yeah,
when we
I don't
clear
think it
coat,
needs it.
we'll do the back. We'll do the whole thing when we clear coat.
I don't think the back really needs it yet. Until then.
All right. Now for the top.
Satisfying. Ooh.
I'm just gonna keep pushing it in and go in one direction with it until your applicator gets, so you don't feel it coming out anymore. And all wood is different the way that it takes stains. So this is probably going to take it super good. So we're probably not going to go more than one layer of it just because we don't want it so dark that we can't get the right color on it to see the sign.
What's in the hallway? Jalapeno or something?
Oh, yeah, the paint. No, this one is green. I think this one's green tea or something. Yeah. Some weird name like that. But that's the jalapeno tango. Yeah. The green paint in the hallway. Yeah. I cannot remember what the color. I'm pretty sure this was like green tea or something like that.
Probably.
All right, guys. Keep going with it. Get it all spread in here. But pretty much everything in the house, yeah, any kind of trim or anything like that in the house has all been custom stained. Once I found out they had colored stain, y'all, it was over. That's all I gotta say. If I'd have known it sooner, my whole bedroom would have had custom trim. I did end up doing it later on the tops, but the bottoms are still the traditional clear coat because I did not know about colored stain at that time. So I've got another adventurer seeming to disappear into the yard. No interest in the sign.
Littlefoot.
Right, Littlefoot. The other Bigfoot.
Yeah. I'm Junior Foot.
No, I was just kidding.
You're just joking, John.
Yeah. So now
barely even
we've
done.
got a bit of a chip going on here. So I'm gonna keep trying to press on that. And
we might have to like glue it down or something. Or take it off, okay? You're funny.
We don't want it to run more than that's one layer.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep coming off, yeah. Alright, well. Either way, we'll fix it. We'll just fill that back in and it'll be fine. Better to come off than to be snarling out and then we have to figure out what to do with it. So, I don't really think we should do more than one coat.
Yeah, because it looks good right here.
Yeah, that way we can see the colors, right? So, let's see. Sometimes I play it by ear though, because sometimes when stuff dries, you're like, oh, it could use just a little go over, and I'll change my mind sometimes. But I think this has turned out pretty good. And we shouldn't have to do anything else with it. Let's see. Smooth the edges. I always redo the edges because, believe it or not, things get weird when you're.
Right.
Let me see, because that seems like down here towards the edge. Let's rub them up.
I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I think it'll work. And we don't have outdoor stain, but we have this really great triple coat stuff. I think we're going to end up having to use that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'll be able to go back over. Oh my gosh, I don't want to sweat and have it drip on this. That's so crazy. I don't know if that's going to work. To hold the water, you know, like to keep it waterproofed.
I think it should.
But if not, we will check and see. Because we need a whole bunch of outdoor clear coat for that whole outdoor kitchen thing. It still needs to be covered, right? Just want to make sure that this isn't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Showing a bunch of like darker spots. Sometimes these darker colors will do that, and I just try to keep smoothing them in. It just means that they're sitting in a pore in the wood, and it's bringing up the darker color in one spot than the rest. But I think it looks pretty good.
I feel like all the lines are really highlighted. It's just green.
And we'll let this dry, and then I always do like what I call a wet sanding, which is just a smoothing to make sure it's nice and smooth, and then we'll have to get the paint set out and see what color will work to put on this. So what do you think, guys? You think we're good? We got anybody in the chat? Who we got in the chat?
Oh my god.
Nobody's been talking much. Mary Jane go and Becca. Probably everybody's busy. We do that multitask where you listen and you're doing something at the same time, because I do it all the time. If I'm listening to somebody
Mary Jane
live,
says it looks like a blue color. I saw your stain before. Dustin says it looks good.
Corey, can you give me a sandwich bag? Yes. Cool. Appreciate it. So I can put this applicator in there. Usually I'll save them for a short time to see if the project's done, and if the project works, and there's no touch-ups, then I don't need it. I throw it away, but if I need it, gotta have it.
Mary Jane says I'm putting some plants in bigger pots.
Yeah, trust me, there were some things that if I would have done them right to begin with, they would have bloomed a long time ago, including certain things that are growing food. It was just a matter of me not knowing what to put them in and like what they were going to do. Okay, that's good. For some reason, I feel like
It
the
looks
middle.
really good though.
You still like it? It does. Well, I mean, even if it's a little lighter through here, it'll be fine because that's where we're going to be like painting the sign. So go.
For sure. Putting it in a baggie.
It's an evidence bag, man. Evidence.
Hey, we gotta bury it, man.
Oh my goodness.
Crime scene for what?
I'm gonna have to get more gloves because these have had it.
Right?
And the clear coat is the part that's like you don't want that on your hands at all because it does not come off.
Look at the vicious crime of staining the board. Right? The vicious crime? What are you talking about? It's beautiful.
Good Lord, I got it on my. Well,
You got it on your arms?
We agreed to green because the other options were pink, gray, brown, or orange, or blue.
Okay, Johnny. Pink. It's from my room.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe.
So, all right. Just leave all this out here for now.
It looks so good.
So there you go, you guys. We're gonna let this thing dry for a bit, and then we'll get the paint kit out and figure out.
And I'll sketch some color.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to go.
I'll just do half. I'll just
4 to 5 inch letters, maybe.
You like that big?
No, I'd go like.
Because right here and right here, silver garden. Or do you want it like silver garden?
Yeah, over silver like garden. Yeah, so across. Yeah, so it'll be across. Silver yeah. Garden. So probably the best thing to do, we have Dad measure the width, and then we'll go in halfway. Yeah. On each side, and then put the words across. Yeah. That should work.
It's okay, I'm good at freestyling. I got that.
Cool. Otherwise, we've got some paper we can try to use to do some. Okay. Hey, Dustin. Hold on.
I just bought it.
All right. Oh boy, you guys, we've got this figured out. Oh, there's a little tiny Milo, little Yorkshire Terrier. Got quite the water mess going on over here. The fish is kicking off 3 or 4 inches of water there. It's crazy. Ow. Of course I kicked the table and hurt my knee. Why not? Here pretty soon, you guys, the fountains will be coming on.
Yeah, I'm getting some ice cream.
Well, the boys are off to the basketball hoops, and we're gonna stay here and cool off for a second. I gotta eventually take this. Um, did the door get shut? Shoot, I think Johnny might have shut the door when he came out. Yeah, when I come outside of the dogs, I leave the door, the big door, open because they don't feel so. Oh, the door's open. Good. That way they don't feel as much separation anxiety. So there's that, y'all. Yeah, we'll sit down here for a minute and chill and let that board dry, and then we will get some paint out and try to paint that. Mind you, this project we were going to start like a month ago and we didn't get to it, so at least we're getting it finished.
It's delayed, but it'll work.
Yeah, and then hopefully we have big enough screws to screw it through it into the shed.
We should. Did you not just see the screw?
We're going to grab some jugs, you guys, and fill up the fountain, the one in the front, a little bit more because it tends to. Yeah. Oh, there's some over here too. But water jug over here. It's gonna be just up and up, though. Take one. Yeah, trust me, I would have rigged that one up, but my husband was like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, "All you gotta do is take an old sink and run your hose up underneath that, right? And to run the water to the faucet part, and then you just have a 5 gallon bucket or a big bucket underneath that catch the water." But heck yeah, I plan on doing that next summer for sure. It's up for our little outdoor kitchen, you guys. It's pretty cool. I mean, we got to put a door on the front. I'll show you my other plants that I forgot to show you guys. So here's the other begonias, same plant that's in the back of the peacocks. Really pretty though, and they have some flowers on them. And then these are celios, and they're really pretty, but these need to come back around. They've been recently transplanted. There's 4 of them. They were in like a tray of 4. But I figured we had enough room for them to fill in here. Yeah. No, no. Dad was like, I don't know about those things. I'm like, okay. And then here is the 2 famous, infamous sweet potatoes that I've been growing for 4, going on 5 months now. And of course, like I said before, what grows on top of these vines, these are all slips, which I will show you what I trim off regularly. Is here's some, you see the roots that are down in there. So I sell these on Marketplace. I really wish I could get that to take off because I have so many slips. We have these. We have these bigger, taller ones right here. So there's, I probably have about 6 of them pulled right now, that are ready to go. And then over here, the Bigfoot sweet potato that I told you that I took apart all the vines and cut them down. These are slips, big slips. They all have roots in them already, and so they're doing really good. I've got them in these big ones because they're so large. But they, as soon as you put them in water, I mean, not even maybe 3, 4 days, not even a week, you get all these slips. Yeah, let me see what's going on here. I think we got a short one wrapped up, but yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down into that pot right there because it's a little shorter. There we go. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna go fill up the front fountain here real quick. Hold on, let me throw this away. Okay, here we go. I was going to clean this front one. It's the antique wash tub. And so if I'm going to clean them, then I usually don't put any water in them, but I'm not quite there yet. And, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I love this song. It's really pretty. Only because of the vines, though. And, like, this stuff is really pretty. How far does it want to go?
Try to get them where the legs are as even as possible.
You think that's good? Or do we want one more?
That's good.
Okay. I love these peacocks. They look so good. Oh, I didn't even notice that. You put two different colors in there. I thought you put the two colors in there.
What's
Like
that?
the red ones. And the
Oh,
white
yeah,
ones.
no, I didn't even notice that they were different. And then when I was looking at them today, I'm like, oh, yeah, a little bit different, even though they all four came in their own. Did all that crud in there.
Right?
Yeah, it's definitely needs cleaned. But the good thing is, I probably need to clean the filter out of this.
Probably. Look at all. Like, oh,
Oh, shit.
careful.
There's that. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit,
Is
yeah.
it really that dirty?
Yeah,
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, we need to go. Emergency. Here, you hold that. I'll carry the phone. Okay, you guys are going with the. We're gonna go clean the fountain.
Disgusting.
Filter thing out. Sometimes, at least once a week, we try to clean them out, but this one's definitely way down that to the hose.
Oh yeah, it's nasty.
So yeah, I need to dump the bucket. The next time it gets low, we'll just go ahead and dump it right on out into the yard, and we'll get her done. Okay, what do we gotta? We gotta be careful though. To
I already want the mist.
shower.
Okay.
We're gonna try not to spray ourselves because whenever you're out here with open toe shoes, I always dump water in my shoe.
I was doing that a second ago.
Just
pulling up the thing.
Inevitably. Okay, now we need jet.
Oh God. It's like the poo mess all over again.
I know, right? The poo mess was the worst. I never want to go through the poo mess again. Yeah. Okay.
That was hilarious that day, though. I really was.
Yeah. If we could have got it on video, it would have been quite the viral situation for sure. Because we definitely we're trying to get the dog scooper for the yard waste into a small grocery bag thing, and oh my gosh,
it was disgusting, but it was hilarious.
It was definitely that. Let me see if I can get some of this.
Okay. Well, it's everywhere, Mom. So bad.
I can try to.
It's still there. Ew, is it like a moth?
It is. Get in here. Get out of there. Come on. Come on. Get in my hand.
Get more of the moth than the water.
The current is taking it away. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah! Oh, it's trying. It's not really working. Oh my God, where did Destiny come from? She's up there. That's hilarious.
Yeah. She tried to call me. Didn't realize I was
expecting that. I didn't know that.
I know, right? I thought
once one of the twins starts talking, the other one also has to come over.
All right, there we go.
Oh my God, it looks pretty.
So, I wonder if we.
It looks good.
So it should start going pretty good here. It takes a little while to like recirculate the water up in there. But,
it's trying.
Right? Stuff all over me.
I really love those birds. They're so pretty.
I know, right? It was
like
between.
The color matches my room.
I know, and it was between peacocks and flamingos. And since we did flamingos over near, the pool area, we didn't do them here. So yeah, let me see if we can. We'll go show you the flamingos. I got one guy right there. That's one flamingo. But yeah, we got the whole flamingo thing going on over here, and I'm not a big pink person anyway, so I thought it would be better to just go with the peacocks because they're blue and the house is blue, and I thought, oh, that would be great. Right. The pool needs cleaned again. There's never an end to it. What I think's been happening in the beginning, we weren't having any visitors, but lately I've been finding we have a cat named Hichi that comes and drinks water out of here. I have a picture of the cat doing it. I'm gonna post it. And then we have a raccoon once that came and drank out of the pool. This is all stuff I viewed from my porch, from the patio, just watching stuff. So quite interesting. We're gonna watch the See with you guys in about 3 minutes. Gotta take a quick break, go to the bathroom, be right back. Sorry, guys. It took me a minute. Oh my goodness. Things get wild around here sometimes, and I got to take a break and run off and take care of something real quick. So, you know how it is. But my daughter just always, I think it's almost like ironic that she comes over when I do a live because I will send her a notification so she knows and she still won't remember. And then she'll show up and go, OMG. And I'm like, yeah, OMG. So she's funny. So I sent her on an errand. That's helpful. That gets her to do something to help me out for a minute so that I can not have cross conversation going on. So now the dogs are giddy and ready to go out their last time for the evening. So let's see what Milo's doing. Let's check Milo out. What you doing, Milo? You want to interview? What's up, buddy? Huh? You chilling? You can go party out here in this big grassy knoll? All right. We'll let you be for a minute then. Oh, we got it. Now, this is the funny thing, guys. All the solar stuff comes on kind of like at different times. So it's interesting. So we've got the first sighting of the new fountain has now decided to turn itself on for the evening. And so, yeah, if I can, there we go. So that's the newest edition. And it's a nice one. It's real quiet. Just a nice little trickle of water, excuse me. This one over, on the other hand, the fish is quite loud. My daughter thinks it's a drinking fountain and tries to drink out of the fish every time she comes over. I'm like, I'm not responsible for the water, although this would be the fountain that gets the most freshest water because it's changed all the time because it splatters out. So there's that. Milo did it. Yay, Milo. Yay, high five, buddy. You gonna shake? Oh, sit. Sit. Milo. Milo, focus. Hey, sit. Sit. Can you shake?
She's like,
Can you sit back a little bit? Milo, you shake? No, sit. Sit. Okay. No, you shake. You shake. Can you shake? Can you shake? Can I have a paw? Shake.
He's like, no, mom.
Shake. A little shake. No. But you know what? If he's leans up against, if stands on his legs up by me in a chair, he'll high five me. He'll give me a shake, but he can't be on the ground doing it for some reason. I don't know why. Huh? Yeah, shake. A shake. Okay, well, let's try it that way. Yep, there, buddy.
No.
You're following me. Okay, couch. All right. Sit down. You shake? Can you shake? Can you shake Mama's paw? He's like, no, because you want me to do it, and I can see it. You shake? Can you shake? Milo. Come on, don't be stubborn. You shake? Nope, he's not gonna do it, guys. Because he knows I want him to. But if I didn't ask you to, you'd probably just do it, wouldn't you? Huh? Do it. If I don't say it and I just do it, can I get a shake? Can I get a paw? Can I get a paw? Milo. Milo. High five? You high five? High five. High five. He's like, what high five? Hmm? Okay, fine. I'll sit by you and try it. Is this that? All right, here we go. Milo. Ready? Milo.
Look at Mama. I'm distracting him. Hold up. Let me sit down.
Milo. Hey, what's up? Oop, a fly, evidently. He's chasing the flies. He is definitely a fly catcher, y'all. Milo. Milo, can you high five? You got high five? You got high five? No? Nothing?
Give me a high five.
All right.
No, you just want attention, huh? Thank you.
Yeah, he's like not interested in doing the tricks, but so we'll conclude this interview that you're ready to go in for a drink, and there's no shaking paws included, huh? Buddy,
You're funny.
you gotta stand on the ground.
What's up? Come on. Milo, come
Come
on.
on, let's go. Oh, did you catch the fly? Come on,
No,
buddy.
it flew away.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Milo, come on.
All right, go. Come on, we're going in.
Oh, come on. Gizmo.
He's like trying to.
Milo, come on.
He's trying to stay out here longer.
Come on.
Now my daughter has a very shitty dog with white hair, and every time she comes over, this red furniture turns white, y'all. I mean, I told my daughter I was going to get her a pair of pants that has a lint roller hooked to the bottom of it. Oh goodness gracious! So yeah, the dogs are interesting. Milo is a character. He's one of them dogs that kind of does. He'll do what you want him to, but he does it in a specific frame of time. And yeah, so everybody's going out and coming in. So yeah, so we're just sitting out here chilling, and as the night gets darker, we have more and more things that turn on and light up, which is nice. Um, Helps us see things better. We still have a set of lights that we need to wrap around the fountain area over there. Still haven't done it. Thinking of trying to do it tonight. But we want to outline the pallets that it's on. So at night, when the fountain's on, it's nice, but you only see the water and the color in the pool. You don't see anything around it. So we're thinking it'd be kind of cool to add some lights around there. We got them like 2 months ago. They still haven't got put on, you guys. So there you go with that. Oh, goodness gracious. So yeah, I have lots of sweet potato slips, and I know most of the people that are on here don't live in the state that I do or nearby. But look, if you do live in Iowa or you live close near my area and you need sweet potato slips, I got tons of them. I've got all different, I've got ones that haven't been cut off yet that you can take home and root yourself. I've got the rooted ones. We have too many of them. And then we've got all the potatoes growing back there. So, and my daughter just came over and said, "Hey, we've got potatoes with horns on them. Do you want to plant those too?" And I'm going, yeah, I would have to get a couple more grow bags. And then at that point, I would be like, so how about we give you like something water? No, it wouldn't work. In an apartment, the only way you're going to grow any kind of vegetables is if you have a balcony or a patio area that you can put your grow bags and buckets on. And then you can do all sorts of what they call a patio garden. Hopefully this one will come on soon. Hope. Praying for daylight, yo. We'll see though. Yeah, so it's not quite dark here. But different things come on at different times according to how much sun they get. So sometimes the turtles up here, I get worried about them not having enough. Nope, as I said it, that little turtle came on. So he's doing pretty good. Um, yeah, who knew turtles with succulents on them? One thing I didn't get this summer that I really wanted. Now that I didn't get them soon enough, I don't know if I'll still get any or if I'll just wait. Probably wait. So yeah, it's kind of cool how like things come on a little at a time. It's just like they're on their own timer of dark, when it's dark enough for them to come on. Yeah. My favorite is the little elephant though. The face on it is so adorable. And then with the little baby elephants. Oh, it's so cool. Goodness gracious, you guys. And I wish I would have never put my hanging plant, the only fake plant I have in this whole area, out in the sun over there because it took the color right off of it. It used to be really purplish pink, more purple, I would say. And it got really sun faded, so that's okay though. We brought it back over to its original location and it seems to be doing well there. Not getting so UV'd to death, right? Yeah. And so the first fountain to go on today was this one. Oh, I just said that, and here goes the one in the front. We just added water too, so here we go. So the two fountains, this one and the one back there, are both the same fountain from Amazon. They were on a good deal. I got them they were on sale for 20 a piece. And they're the kind that are big enough you can put in your pool and everything. They have a weight and this big rope thing you can tie them across, or if you're putting them in something smaller like this, then that helps keep them in place. But yeah, so we got that too. So yeah. And this is the crazy thing that we're like holding down when we've had these rainstorms, you guys. I don't know if any of you have seen any of my shorts, but if you haven't, go look at a few of them. You'll know which ones they are because you'll see the rain and you'll see that I'm outside. But oh my gosh, they're so wild. I mean, we were like literally holding this down with everything we had because it got so windy, and now there's rocks. See, there's bags with rocks on each leg, but these rocks are not big, huge boulders like heavier rocks, like I think we should have probably gone for. They are smaller rocks, and they're river rock basically, so they don't have as much weight to them, even though there's a ton of them in there. But yeah, so there's that. Now I'm just doing some adjusting at night. I try to move the palm tree plant. I'm not sure how many people remember, but when I first set up the pallet fountain over there, this palm tree plant was very small. It was still in its original little pot, and it was sitting behind the pool area before we put the back pallet on. And so that's the palm tree. I repotted it in this ginormous pot, and it's just grown wildly. I've had to take a lot of fans off of it, after a lot of palms off of it. Things went awry. And then I watched some programs showing how to trim up your palm tree. There was a lot of pruning and trimming that I did not know I had to do with all these plants, y'all. I think I would have been, just recommendation, starting gardening for the first time, maybe not starting the growing the food and the plants and flowers at the same time because that's a lot. And it really did just start out like me wanting to grow some food, and then I was thinking, then I wanted to do this water feature, and I just love fountains and water all over, and so we've got fountains everywhere. The neighbors are like, they stop and look. You know how like you have those houses at Christmas, and everybody stops and looks at all the cool decorations. Well, our yard has kind of become that place where everybody drives by just a little slower to see the fountains or see what new stuff we've put out or what we've done. I try to switch it up here and there, keep it interesting. But yeah, I hate it when summer goes so fast, and before you know it, the kids are back off to school, and you know, I'm just getting used to the whole rigmarole of having the youngins here, and then they go back, and then I'm so used to the cooking 3 times a day, and the laundry, and making beds, and having those extra things that are in my routine now. That when they go back, it kind of throws me off for a little bit. I was really hoping Leanie and the gang would pop in. Um, yeah, those of you that are out there in the Facebook world, thank you for showing up and welcome. Try to stream on both platforms so that I can catch other people that may not be YouTubers or not interested in YouTube. Yeah. Excuse me. I think I'm going to attempt to find my soda that was put in the freezer a long time ago. Thank you. I know I don't need a candy bar, but geez, you didn't have to leave me out. I'm just being funny. Does Johnny have his thoughts? Do you have your brat, buddy? Just doing a brat check to make sure everybody got their food. Hi, Mary Jane. Yeah, I do. It's weird, and the dogs get used to the kids being here, and then they'll go back up, and they'll be like laying on the rug in front of their door, like they'll forget that they're not here, and then they'll try to find, wait for them, and they get kind of bummed for a while too, because really the longest time they spend here is the summer, and then the rest of the time it's every other Christmas, and then The years we don't have Christmas, it's Thanksgiving and spring break of the next year. So it's kind of a weird schedule, but yeah. Ah, oh, I'm so glad you're still here, just back. Sorry, I'm being goofy. My daughter was messing with me, so I was talking to her funny. You guys know I'm silly. Where's the love bugs at, Mary Jane Doe? Where them folks at? I know a lot of them are late nighters, but then there's been, afternooners too. I've got to rescue the phone with the charger port. You know how, like, you can do a battery for a long time, but if you're on cameras on at the same time, it always is like a boom, quick. Yeah, I sent a notification out, Mary Jane Doe, to you and Leanie and PCT and the girls and a few of my family members. But everybody has a hectic life, so you just try to. You're gonna do it up here like you were last time, right? Oh, to me or whatever. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna plug the old charger port in. That way I don't have to unwind my whole cord. See, it's pretty nifty, guys. Well, it's kind of getting dark in here. I guess I'm gonna have to turn on the lights. Yeah, I know. Well, it's all right. I won't turn those lights on. I'll just turn on my light here, the bug light. What's wrong? You're not gonna plug it in?
I'm trying to
Oh, okay.
get a little more sweat.
Well, I'm trying to get my phone on the charger. Here, I'll turn this light on. The Zappa. The Zappa. That door sounds like shh. Man. There we go. Keep it the camera off for a minute. Um, what's going on over there? Is there something wrong with the fountain, or can't I see?
There's duck head.
The ducks are around it. It's going through them. Okay. No, I see it. Are you sure? Because I see something. Hmm. Bigfoot's trying to tell me different. No, the fountain just came on and the ducks are moving. So we have lots of all right. So we got a young that's going to go in and watch The Middle. That's his little favorite program, and it's quite funny. I haven't seen it in a long time. Oh, well, thanks, Mary Jane Doe. I always forget about Discord. I was in there a few times, and I just get so distracted with so many different things that I always forget um, that I could have put that in there. Definitely. Yeah, I didn't do a birthday live this year, y'all. Didn't really get to do much on my birthday. Didn't have a lot of money. Um, we went out of town. We went up to one of the casinos where I get a free room, just mostly so the kids could swim and have a good time. And we went out and had well, everybody had dinner, and then I had I got one free shot of tequila. But if I would have been at home in the town we live in, I could have gone and got all sorts of free tequila on my birthday. But never got around to it. I don't know. It was just not the best birthday ever, but maybe next year will be better. We'll see. Yeah, because we can go on another tour. It's called an evening tour. We can go back around. Um, some things are harder to see, but I do have lights on both sides of the shed, so we can get light in the whole back lights up where all the gardening stuff is. So, how's that wood looking? Pretty good. Yeah, we were supposed to make this sign like a month ago. I gotta go take the green stain inside. It's too hot. Pound the lid back down really good. I don't know how we're gonna. I don't know. Like I said, outdoor clear coat's what we need. But right now, all we got is something called triple coat. And I mean, it's good. It's what we've got on the pallet over behind the pool fountain. But yeah, it would be better to use the outdoor stuff. Would be stronger. Thing with stain is once you put something on, that's kind of where you're at. You can add on, but not with two different kinds of stain. It would have to be the same clear coat. So yeah, I remember Mary Jane Doe when Leanie saw that. Like when I first showed the plants, when I first did them, she was like, "Girl, you're gonna have so many freaking tomatoes." And I'm like, "I know. I had no idea that all that stuff would take the way that it did." And even though I cleared out some, I didn't want to get rid of any of the solid plants. I mean, they may be a little overcrowded, but I'm also growing just Roma tomatoes and the yellow pear, and they're very small tomatoes. So, but the watermelons, that was exciting when we first started seeing them. They were just itty bitty miniature, minuscule mini watermelons, and now we've got some that are, I would say that they're at least a pound a piece, which is nice. We've got we got 1 pounders, man. We're looking for 6 to 8. It'll be fun, you guys, because we'll be able to do all these reveals together. We'll be able to like cut the first watermelon with y'all, like we did the cucumber. Just Becca. I know I'm silly, right? Once I'm not as busy, though, I promised Leanie, and she said, "Oh, you've been telling me that for a year." But I will be doing regular lives again. Um, Life has to get back on track, and everybody will be back in school, and the schedule will change again. So we'll get back on it, and I do stay up later because I have a hard time sleeping. So I know that a lot of people really like in the middle. I don't know. It's weird. I did middle of the night live several times, late night, early morning hours, and had way more people in than during the day or evening hours. So it's interesting. But yeah. So we're just trying to figure out our. We always try to do something fun on the way back, taking the kids back. So we're trying to kind of get a plan together, figuring that out. Hard to do when you don't have a lot of cash because the first week of the month is when the majority of all of our bills, everybody's bills are due. Your rent, your all your big payments are always at the beginning of the month. And both times picking up the kiddos and taking them back, we've had that in the beginning part of the month. So we've been trying to figure it out. So when you start opening up the storage units and going, what can I get rid of? So we've been working on that, but yeah, just trying to keep it real with the kids, letting them know that even if we don't get to do a lot of fun things or things that that can be pretty expensive these days, just to take even a family of four to a theme park, water park, anything like that, it's hundreds of dollars because you're not just getting in, but you've got your gas and your food. But yeah, so we're trying to figure that out. And on the way back, my oldest daughter and my granddaughters live in a town between here and there, and a lot of times we'll go and visit them and let the kids hang out. And but yeah, this year we wanted to go to Adventureland. It's a theme park with a water park in it, and they have 40% off at the end of summer. But we just had too many financial obligations to deal with, and I've never been one to ask or want to ask anybody for anything. Try to always figure it out myself. So you know, so we had thought about trying to raise some money up to try to at least do this like last summer fun thing with them, but it doesn't look like it'll pan out. And if it doesn't, the important thing is that everybody spends time together and has a good time, and you know, and then next summer we'll plan ahead a little bit more and hopefully be in a way better financial position so we can purchase things ahead and kind of get things all lined up ahead of time so that they're already there and intact. And so you run into any issues, you've already got your trip or your outing paid for. So that's ideally what we got to do. And not long before the kids came, I had gotten another free cruise, and they give you like 2 months to make the reservation, and you pay a $200 deposit, which as soon as you book it permanently, which means once you've paid the taxes and what is it called, port fees, once you get that paid, then that 200 goes back into your account on the ship, and then that's credit to use for an excursion or whatever you want. So basically, the free cruise is your cruise, your cabin while you're there, all the food that's included. So really, all I've ever paid for the cruise for two people is like it's around, was it 270 or somewhere in that range, but it's not bad. And well, hopefully this time everything works out and nobody can't. I had trouble last time. A lot of things kept happening to my guests, and they weren't able to come. And so at first it was my husband, and then we had a discrepancy trying to find anyone that could watch dogs for 10 days. That's a really long time. So he stayed back, and then my friend was going to go, and then she had all sorts of crap happen to her right before we were going to go. So it was interesting, but this time, hopefully, we'll make it through and everything will work out. Excuse me. Had to cough a bit, guys, so I didn't want to cough in your ear. You wouldn't be seasick, Mary Jindo. You'd be surprised because everybody talks about, like, I know everyone's different, but literally a friend of mine, she had me get one of those bracelets and all that, and I didn't know how I was going to feel. I'd never been on a big old cruise ship before, but it wasn't bad at all. I didn't need nothing. I didn't feel seasick ever. Even the night that we were coming back around and that Hurricane Helene was going up the coast, up the right side of the Florida Peninsula, we had some really rough waters out there in the Bahamas. And when we were coming back over to go up around and under to the Gulf, my gauge on the rough seas was going by leaving my bathroom door open every night halfway, and you could see it move just a little bit, right? But the night that we had the rough seas, OMG, that thing was swinging. And I was just riding it out like I was on a surfboard because it didn't bug me at all. I mean, I guess the weirdest thing that I found odd was when the boat is going forward and you're walking to the back of the boat, which is where the smoking section is, and you're walking along and the ocean's going by you, but you're heading the opposite direction. Now, that was interesting. But I ended up being okay with it. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It was weird. I wasn't affected at all by being on the ship. I didn't even feel all that weird when I got off the boat and was back on land. Some people have a real big adjustment thing. I was just totally fine. I think I was so overwhelmed and excited over the whole experience that all that other stuff didn't even count.
Right.
And besides, I never feel good anyway. So if I was seasick, I wouldn't fucking know. Most of the time, I'm in pain or don't feel good. So it's like, oh, maybe I was seasick and didn't even know I was.
Some people don't puke like they're sick.
Yeah. I mean, I was really hoping to see some dolphins. And I remember the one day I heard some folks on the other side of the boat from where I was talking about they'd seen this pool of dolphins. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was so excited. And then I get over there and, we'd already sold by them. But so I didn't get to see those. But yeah, I mean, unless you spend a lot of time just standing out there looking over, which I don't really care to do because that's really far up. Unless you go on the lower decks, it's not so bad. But you can literally get lost on a cruise ship, y'all. They're so big. It's a floating city, is what it is. Mm-hmm. And this cruise is not the Bahamas cruise. This is called what one's this one? Western Caribbean. So it goes to Cozumel and I don't know. I got to look it up. But anyway, it goes the opposite way from Galveston. So the last time you went up underneath the Florida Peninsula to the Bahamas, this one just follows around the edge of the Mexican, like the Gulf there, and around Mexico and all that. So yeah. And I need to get myself a passport still, for crying out damn loud. I still haven't gotten myself one. I was going to get one last year and I never got around to it. Now I need to definitely do it. So yeah, there's that. I don't know. I've been super seasick in the little boats. Yeah, them little boats. I would, because when we rode from the big ship over to the island for the excursion, that was a smaller boat. And I could see if you were on one of those too long, you could definitely feel ill. But the boat, you can't even really tell like it's moving. I didn't even know we were pulling out of the port when we were pulling out because I was down there trying to get a new key for my room already. Because somebody that checked the room left the key in the room because he tried to hand it to me in an envelope, not telling me it was in there. So I set it down in the room to put my luggage in there so I could go to the big party they have when you deport. And I missed part of that, trying to stand in line to get the card. And then when I got done with it, I went back up and realized, yeah, you're not getting in because your envelope's inside. So, but I didn't know we were moving until, I don't know if I looked, there was like some window or there was something that I saw, something moving by us. And I was like, we're moving. I couldn't even tell I was moving. So those boats are big and you can't really tell. It's not like, a yacht or something like that. All right. Well, now my daughter is heading home and I won't have to keep muting and unmuting because people want to talk to me like it's any other ordinary day. Now, look, this is the funny thing about it, and I'm sure people can relate. When you aren't busy and you're not live or you're not doing anything where you don't want any interruptions, nobody will call, nobody will stop by. But as soon as you do, which we got through the very beginning part without any of that, so at least we did that. I'm not sure what we've you know, who missed what, but the rewatch is always a good way to just do a quick catch up on what we got going on here. I'm trying to think here about the lights. My husband's managed to kick and trip over multiple landscape lights that we put up so that he wouldn't trip over the things that they're marking. Okay, y'all. So back by the garden area where the pallets are, I've got a light on each end, so nobody trips over it, right? But somehow the hose one day I was trying to water stuff and the hose hit it and broke the thing off. And I told my husband, I said, look, just take a little drill and make a little hole in the pallet where there's already like an opening. Just make a little hole in there, just the size of that thing, so it'll fit nice and tight in there. We can just set it right in the pallet and it can hold it in place. Hey, it works, right? So that was my idea I want him to do. But it looks like I'm not really sure what we're doing tomorrow, but I really wish we would have started earlier because I did not know that we were going to do the sign. And I got it ready, but there's two more steps. One for her to paint the words on, and then for me to clear coat it. And I got to do both sides. So I'm thinking about possibly going ahead and clear coating the back side of that head. I didn't put green on the back. I could have, but it's literally going to be against the shed. You're not going to see it at all. So I really don't like to waste stain if there's a side that's not going to be seen, or if we're doing like wall work where there's a board that will be completely flush against the wall. I would just do all the way, all the edges and all around it, but I won't waste stain on the back. So there's that. Uh-oh, what did I do? That was funny. I'm cameraed, and it's dark. You can't see nothing. My phone's on the charger, so that's part of it. So it's a dark. Well, I'm hoping that so one of my daughters is supposed to go on the cruise with me, and we went on one of their trip a long time ago together out to Laughlin and Bullhead City, and that was really cool. When I had all those charter trips all the time that were super cheap, and those were just so much fun, and we had a great time out there. It's like I think it's 5 days, 4 nights. And so she was she's been dying for a vacation too. And I was like, well, let's do a mother-daughter cruise then. And we'll get that underway. And hopefully we'll have a great time. And then I'll get to see Becca again. Hopefully she'll be a sweetheart and pick me up at the airport like she did last time. Because that was such a nice gesture and helpful. And then I got to see my friend that I only had at that point talked to on the phone and in video chats, and never got to meet her, so that was real exciting. And then so this way I always go the day before the cruise leaves, so that way you get to hang out in that city, which is in, you can do whatever. Like last time I hung out with my friend and we went out to dinner and things like that. And then I did a live on the pier, and we were goofy and we laughed through the whole thing, and it was 45 minutes of us literally laughing our asses off and listening to music. And yeah, it was a lot of fun though. It was great. And then she took me to the port the next day and dropped me off. And so but we had a really good time, and that was a lot of fun because, like I said, it was like almost ironic because Texas is a huge state, and in one day I was in 3 major cities in Texas. I was in Fort Worth, which is where my flight came in, and then you switch planes to go to Houston, which is so silly because it's only a 45-minute flight to the next airport, but they make you switch planes there. And then I was in Houston, and then I got picked up, and then we went to Galveston. So I was north, middle, and south in the biggest state in one day. So that was pretty exciting, you know. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I don't think that price-wise you can beat a cruise on the cost, because even if you add in, your flight to whatever port, the nice thing is that everything's included and you're not going out to eat, having to, eat on top of your trip and gas and all that extra stuff you would do on a different kind of trip. And I'm just thinking, like, all the places you get to stop and see that you'd only be able to fly to each one of those individual vacation spots if you were traveling there individually. On a cruise, you're getting to see all these different places, and it's just really cool. Kind of like some people describe, like the train rides, because you're going from like a really long distance from one state to another or whatever. And you get to see so many neat things on the way that you wouldn't normally see if you weren't on a train track in the middle of nowhere, right? I haven't gotten myself too convinced that I want to be on a train. I don't really care for them. So I don't know if I'm going to do any kind of train traveling with y'all, but I don't know. I don't like a lot of noise, and I don't like the sound of it. And I've watched enough movies where people are on trains, and there's just so many different scenarios. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to push it to the train level yet. Ugh, big yawn. Oh my goodness. Just Becca. Or a cruise ship, yeah, for sure. I don't really know. I think I like the boat over the train. I mean, either one can be catastrophic, but I think that I feel like the ship's a little safer than the train. I don't know why. And a lot of graffiti every time I've been on a train. Yeah, right? Stupid bugs. They're starting to come out and be evil, which is what they do late at night. During the day, you have flies, and then in the evening, like I swear, right after like 7, 8 o'clock at night, the mosquitoes just go mad. I honestly don't know where they're at all day long, but they seem to find me at night. And of course, I didn't spray. I have a different way of doing it. Instead of using the sprays, because they don't ever seem to work. I think they're immune to those. I use my spray deodorant. They do not like that stuff at all, and it seems to work. And I wish I would have sprayed it on myself when I went in there. But yeah, we're gonna have to do some interesting stuff to the outdoor kitchen to try to kind of like get it to a add on. As you come up with more ideas, you can add on to stuff. We were worried that they would pitch a fit out here that we had like the awning thing up, because we got this email the other day that was talking about just regular patio furniture and grills and those kinds of things are okay, but like they just don't want anything that's not removable or something that makes your yard look somehow, I don't know, crowded. I don't know what the deal is, but I know I may be falling out in a minute. It's okay, hon. It's been a very busy day. 3 days, yeah, I agree. I think the last 3 weeks have been totally crazy. uh, yeah, I've got to start getting these lives in more frequently. I think I'm going to pick a special day of the week for the gardening updates. I think Sunday would be a nice day to do garden lives, and then like pick 2 weekdays where I go live late in the evening, because that seems to be. I've done a few early morning coffee ones where we drink coffee and hang out, and those are fun too. It's just everybody's got so many different schedules, and you know, different countries, different places, different time zones, all that fun stuff. But the night owls are night owls no matter where you live, right? You just got to decide if it's night or day for them. Yeah. I know there's a lot of people that kind of sort of have kind of a scheduled time. That kind of like, even if it isn't like a scheduled day, it's more of around the same time on whatever day it is. if that makes sense. So yeah, the moon's kind of doing something weird. It's all behind the cloud. That's bizarre. Last couple nights it's been so bright it lit up the whole backside of the house. Just the moon. So let's unhook this from the charger and go on a little stroll, guys. Okay. This is the bug zapper. Then it's supposed to be one of the newest edition they have for 2025. It plugs in, you charge it by a C charger, C charger to USB, and the light's an option. Where's my buttons up? Let me get my thing turned around here. So you can turn off the bug part, which is the middle. You can do just regular white light or LED changing. That's kind of nice because you got a 2-for-1. You got a bug zapper and you got a light. It kind of lights up, pretty much lights up this whole thing, but not the best. But wow! And then you're gonna walk right into the charger because you're silly. Yeah, I walked right into it, you guys. It's like right in front of me, but it's dark, so I couldn't see. Okay, so here's the tub again. This is its night light show. Just a simple $8, 17-gallon tub, toy tub, or whatever you want to, call them, and then a fountain from Amazon. So this one less than 30. They're all around the same because the antique tub up front was $30. I never did get it painted. That's something I wanted to do. I wanted to paint it aqua, and it's got a fountain in it. Here's the biggest one. Trying to walk through the yard in the dark, you guys. It's so cool. One of the sprays on that needs to be, I think we're going to take this thing apart and literally give it a little fix because it's spraying crazy. I'm trying to creep around. I don't want to get wet, because it always does. The thing with this thing that's crazy is when the pool's the fullest is when it works the best because it stays where it's supposed to. But one of the fountain sprays on it is doing some crazy stuff, and it's so hard to see just how tall that is. But it gets about almost 4 foot tall. That's why we have the turn on the porch light. That way we can see out here better. That's why I want to put lights around this out here, because I think it would help. But yeah, we had to take one of the fountains apart because the little holes got clogged, even though we clean them all the time. And that was just crazy. There we go. That really doesn't help that much, does it? The light. No, it really doesn't. It doesn't make much of a difference at all. But yeah, so I've got to do an operation on this, and something's been getting in the pool and we're starting to get algae in it, which we weren't having before, and we're having to clean it a lot more often, and I'm not sure. I saw a black cat up here the other night drinking out of the pool, which can't be good because it's not that clean of water, but the cat seems fine. So I'll just walk this way. We got our light on the table that's solar light too, and that does the color changing thing. So we kind of got lights in all the areas that we need them at, really. Just right now I got my phone charger hooked into the plug-in that's for the little solo cup lights right here, but they work really good. Okay, we're gonna come back out here. See if my other little fountain over here is going. Oh yeah, there it is. Here we go, guys. It's dark. But here's this one. This is in a bird bath, basically. And I've got it on this like other water feature where it kind of goes in the shape of the fountain, but I don't have this one doing this upward spray because when it does, it literally just all the water comes out because it's a bird bath. So this is like little straw things that hold the sides in, so it's perfectly cut to fit into this. And this was on a clearance on Amazon for like 12 or 13 bucks. It was a really good deal. And it had all different supplies with it, filters and stuff. I can hear the crickets. Something's in my shoe, probably a piece of mulch, y'all. So here we go. And this other one over here, which There's already a bug in here. I'm always having to take bugs out of there. But yeah, we got some ivy that I had gotten like 3 strands of it, and some of it's over the back of the pallet by the flowers over there. But I wrapped some around this tub just to kind of give it a nice look, give it a little something. I'm bummed that I didn't get it painted. I may still do it yet this summer. Oh God, I'm walking right into stuff, y'all. I just walked into a huge barrel of mulch. My husband put it here, and I asked him to not put it here, but he did it, and he left it here. He was supposed to take it to the other side of the house and use it in another spot. So I will be thanking him for the big, lovely scrape on the leg that I just received. Okay, we're back into the quiet space. I call this the Zen space. We've got the fountain here, fountain over there, the palm tree, the curtains, plants. We're surrounded by nature and just a cozy little spot to hang out. I recommend it to anybody that has a smaller home, mobile home, where you need more outdoor area space and stuff. This is perfect. And I keep trying to walk over that charging thing, you guys. That's crazy. I'm going to come over here and turn the sensor light on that runs our kitchen area. See if I can get that adjusted. Oh, great. Is it dead? It is. I'll be right back. I go get a different light. I'm going to go grab another light. I'll be right back. Now, this sensor light that I got actually has 2 settings. It has a really bright LED, and then it has like a little bit dimmer one, which I more of a yellow. They call it warm. Let me say it properly. There's bright, and then there's a warm, cool. All the different colors. Anyway, so it's pretty bright though, and that lights up this whole kitchen area out here. So we have like the double grill, the fridge, and then under here we got the 3 drawer. Keeps all of our supplies in there. Got this great sign out here. Let me pull it out. Every time I try to set it up out here, it ends up getting, I don't know. It just doesn't end up, it gets windy out here and it won't stay up, and it makes me so mad because I really like it. If I can get it to sit. In 1 second here, so I can prop it up. But what we need to do with the kitchen situation is we're not done with this. We still have to put a front on it, basically a door on the front. I want to put bypass doors on the front of this because he made a little overhang right here so that we can have them slide over. Like one side slide over, exposing the refrigerator, and one side for over here. That way, we can lock this up and stuff. But yeah, so this is really handy. And then our outdoor sign says, "Welcome to our patio. Proudly serving whatever you bring. It's always 5 o'clock here, grilling and chilling." So that's my patio sign. And I want to put it like on the front of this so it's facing the patio. So that's my plan for that. But yeah, this is nice. It just automatically comes on and off. I have these all through the house. I recommend them. I got a really good deal. I think I got a pack of 5 of these. It was like $30 on Amazon. And the nice thing about it was that these doggone things have a charging thing that comes with them, and you can charge like 3 or 4 at once. But that would be if you were using that many and they were all dead at once. But They work really good. I have them above our like bathroom sinks, in his daughter's closet, above her desk area. So like when you walk up into that area, the light automatically comes on, and it's really nice because, well, who wants to walk into a dark room? That's where you trip over stuff, right? So there's that. So it's a nice little space, though. I mean, we just tried to make the best of what we could. We were going to build a deck. We never got around to it. We need a shed more than a deck. So I told my husband, I said, let's just enjoy the patio that we have and deal with it because shed trumps deck. So that much I do know. Um, yeah, so like my charging thing out here will charge up. This is the light that I took off, and this will charge up really fast on here. It's got a C bottom, and so I just stuck it right on here, and I'll charge that up, and probably a couple hours is all it takes. But I'm gonna try to see how close I can get before it comes on. Oh, that close? There we go. Okay, so I would say about 3-4 feet, and it's picking it up. It depends on which side I put the sensor on. The sensor's on the right side. If I flip the light the other way, it might be even more, pick it up even more. So I left the paper towels outside. I always put the paper towels away. That's what that dresser thing is. So I couldn't believe I got that deal, you guys. That thing was only $20 on Marketplace, and it was exactly what I was looking for to put underneath there. It was the exact size, almost identical to the size of the refrigerator, and it fit the space perfect. It was like the ultimate thing that we needed. So that was really exciting finding that. Because okay, yeah, Mary Jane Doe, that's cool. I'm fixing to close this down anyway, and yeah, and I'll go over there and check out PCTs too. I didn't know she was going live. I did send her an invite earlier because I know she goes usually later than I do. Um, so yeah, check my board. The board feels good, guys. I got to bring this paint and all my supplies inside, but yes, I will be over there shortly to join you. Because I haven't been catching anybody's lives lately. I know a lot of people haven't been going live as much as usual either. So, but let me go back here and real quick before I go off here and show you guys. So there's the shed light. I bought this double pack, 2-pack of lights for the front and back of the shed. Front for my husband to see to get in there, and back for my garden so I could see. So we have these little marker lights. But yeah, so here's the back light. So see, it lights up the whole garden area, guys. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. But a couple of my lights got broke. Like this one, I've got them sitting in the watermelon thing, but I'm planning to have my husband just attach that to that pallet there. But that's where we're going to put the sign right there, up above that, under the light. That'll be pretty cool. So yeah, so I marked these so that people won't trip over anything, but you know, so far so good. But I don't know. You never know what people will do. I'll just stick that right there. See, that just sits right in that slot. But yeah, so I will head over there and hang out with everybody. And I appreciate you coming in, and appreciate you, Becca, for hanging out. Don't got many people hanging out with me, but I appreciate anybody that comes along, and anybody that couldn't come. There's the rewatch. So, and those can be fun to do as well. So, love everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out with Wild Angels Garden Adventures. And before long, we'll be back to Bucket List Adventures, but we're on Garden Adventures for now, and we'll try to keep everybody up to date and keep growing these vegetables and these flowers and all this wonderful stuff. And appreciate having all of you come along with me for the journey because it's my first time, and So this is all new, and that's my new experiences as well. And I love sharing them with everybody else. And if I can encourage anybody to try some new things, or find whatever it takes for you to have a peaceful, relaxing Zen place in your home or outside of your home that you can go to, or other people can go to in the family, to just have their moment and relax and kind of bring everything back down. I think it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. And so, and before I go, I'm going to show you guys the full moon, which I'm not sure if you can see it up there, but way up there, there's a dot. And it's right between the tree. It's so weird. It's so dark out here. It's hard to see, but that moon is wild. I'll have to take a picture of it or do a short where I zoom in, because it's like perfectly right between the tree branches right there. Wow. All right, y'all. Well, everybody take care out there. Love you all. Thanks for coming. Check it out if you missed anything earlier, and leave comments, hit the like, subscribe if you haven't. If you know anybody that'd be interested in garden adventures or trips or bucket list adventures, or just some good old fashioned conversation, check out my channel, please, and pass it on. Wild Angel signing off. Love y'all. Bye.